Gizmo. With that being said, this is the G1 League qualifiers. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit, bringing you this commentary. Still a solo cast, nobody's awake yet, so if I take a pause here and there, it's to save my voice. I have a good 10 hours or so of casting ahead of me, so can't be blowing all my stamina now and then just basically having nothing left for the rest of the day or in future days to come. Because we only get a one-day break. On Tuesday, we actually come back with the G1 League, not main event, but Phase 2, basically, of the Asian side of things. So Phase 2 is going to feature a lot of much more interesting matches, I think. Although these are still quite interesting. When I say more interesting, I just mean better teams, probably closer and more epic games. But we'll see. This one has the makings of potentially something epic. Mineski picks up a Naga Siren. And whenever you watch Mineski, any Pinoy team, Naga Siren is often played as a tri-lane support. So keep your eyes out, because this is not necessarily a carry Naga. It could be a tri-lane support. They could run the Rubik and the Mag as two of their solos. Potentially the Mag on the safe lane, the Rubik mid, and then a Naga keeper +1. Maybe something like a Gyrocopter. We'll see what they go for here, though. It definitely could be a carry. It's just, whenever you watch a Pinoy team, it's an option that most other teams don't use. They don't run Naga support in the West very often, or in China, really. And they go Queen of Pain. So it looks like it will be a farming Naga in the end. So, who is going to be playing what? It looks like, I guess, Yanni will handle the Naga. We'll probably see Bimbo on the Mag. And we'll see the Queen of Pain being played by Joven. That's what I imagine they'll do. So, most likely we'll see Joven taking that Queen of Pain. We'll actually see, will it be safe lane? Will it be mid? I think you want the Queen of Pain. It's going to be tough. Because here's the thing. When you look at Gizmo's lineup, they can run a strong tri-lane with Lina, Shadow Demon +1. But they go back for a Tide. Oh, I don't know. I guess they plan to run this one as a solo, get that early Ravage, and then use it to counter gank against Mineski's likely to be aggressive tri-lane. The issue, however, is that Tide gets crushed in the lane by Queen of Pain. So if Mineski's smart, they'll send Mag mid against Puck, who does fine there, is not going to die, and Queen of Pain will go safe lane against Tide, and the Queen of Pain can just massacre this Tide Hunter. So if you're Gizmo, maybe you look to dodge that tri-lane, maybe you look to run an aggressive tri-lane with your Luna. The issue is you're on the dire side, so you can't really do any pulls unless you want to pull a Fnatic NA like we saw yesterday and basically pull the enemy creeps onto their side of the lane, knowing that it's more or less empty and free for you to do so. But if the lanes go in sort of the most obvious, logical, and standard route, Mineski is going to have a whale of a time, primarily because Joven is just going to crush whoever he lanes against on this Queen of Pain. If he can get the matchup versus the Tide, I should say. Puck, not such a big issue. The way Joven's been playing, I'd still give him an edge on whoever he lanes against. He's been playing like a boss. So with that being said, guys, we're going to have a quick little pause. Thank you, Bimbo. We needed to know that. So we'll have 5 minutes. Oh, man. Come on now. That was the quickest 5 minutes of my life. Oh, I'm in Dota TV, actually. So I'm 2 minutes behind. Wait, are they remaking for me? Alright, looks like we're gonna have a remake for yours truly. I did not ask for this, by the way, so I do apologize. And now Tusky's changed the password on me. And now he's changed the password on me again. Alright, there we go. So alright, well, we're gonna have a quick remake, so we'll look at the matchup more once we get inside the game, guys. But here we go. Joven says go, so we should go. Gizmo ready? Tony ready? Well, thank you all for tuning in. While we have a moment, let's look at the brackets. So, this is the G1 League Phase 1 of the Open Qualifier. 8 teams would move out of this phase. So far today, I actually haven't had a chance to look at the updated bracket, but the one game that I've cast to completion was, of course, Famofu's team. That would be Relivin, or Reel Them In, basically, that you see at the top. And they won their series versus TI9, the Chinese contenders. So they're the one team I know is advancing on. We're now casting Mineski versus Gizmo, but some of those matches in the middle, I believe, have not been played yet. So we'll probably have at least one more best out of 3 after this one. But with that being said, the game has been remade. We are live inside the game, so we'll just talk about the draft. Talk about the matchups. Remember, this is deciding game 3. Whoever wins it moves on. Whoever loses it goes home. So if you're Mineski, you got to feel quite good about your offensive tri-lane. Naga, Rubik, and Kodal is a really strong tri-lane. A lot of damage, a lot of AoE, a lot of lockdown, and squishy opponent. Shadow Demon, Luna, Lina. Very squishy. Gizmo can get kills, but for them, it's going to be tricky. They have to somehow basically weave their way in, find a disruption without getting hit by a big Illuminate. So a lot of it is just going to come down to the positioning of the Keeper of the Light. If he's in the right spot, then it almost doesn't matter if you catch the Rubik or the Naga, simply because that Illuminate plus Riptide plus Fade Bolt is going to bring everybody really low almost instantly. And even if you get first blood, you're very likely to give up 2 or even 3 kills in exchange, assuming the Illuminate is properly landed.
Keeper of the Light.
Everyone has selected the hero, so into the game we go. On the side of Gizmo, the Malaysian squad, we have ZGL playing the Luna, Sharp on the Shadow Demon standing in, Ken Rio on the Tidehunter, Ooh on the Lina, and who did I miss? Somebody did not pick their hero yet. We have a puck being handled by the stand-in Insidious C. Is anybody else not seeing this puck? I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, he's disconnected. Okay. I was like, well, guys, you're missing a player. While we have a moment, it's going to be Jay playing the mag, so going solo mid. And it looks like they're actually going to throw an off-lane Queen of Pain out there. Joven's going off-lane. Color me surprised. Queen of Pain's not going to do that well against this tri-lane. Disruption into Light Strike Ray is a very easy combo to land. And Lucent Beam is enough damage. Once you get, say, level 3, you can just burst that puck down, or that Queen of Pain down easily. I'd much rather see them go aggressive tri-lane. They have a really strong tri-lane, but they want to play it safe. Maybe we'll just see some roaming through the jungle from Joven, bobbing and weaving his way around, but he's not going to get much accomplished in that offlane. Although I say that, he did win a tri-lane. Solo versus a tri-lane is a puck yesterday, but this is such a easy combo. I mean, if you've played competitively at all, knowing the disruption Light Strike Ray timing should be pretty much second nature. Something that you shouldn't miss very often, and obviously disruption is something you can't miss, being that it's a single target ability. So I'm not sure that he's going to have the same success as he did that puck game. If I recall correctly, there's something like a Tidehunter in the lane. We'll see though. Maybe the Tide, yeah, the Tide's got a stout shield, so it looks like he will be playing that off lane role, potentially just jungling and pulling a lot from the start. All right, we're ready. Insidious C is here. He's the final player for Gizmo. And then over on the side of Mineski, the Filipino fan favorite, we have Yanni playing that Naga Siren, who has been a little bit inconsistent the past few matches I've seen. Has a Quelling Blade picked up. He'll be heading safe lane. Geo on the Rubik. Oa playing his Keeper of the Light. And Bimbo heading mid as that mag. And then off lane, like I mentioned, will be Joven on the Queen of Pain. So Tidehunter is not going to get much out of his offlane either. He's not going to have fun. It's hard to just trade auto attacks with them, but they have a lot of nukes too, and they have the Ensnare of Naga. So if they lift him and then ensnare him while Illuminate's being channeled, then auto attack him a few times, Fade Bolt him, Riptide him, all these nukes being chained up will be enough to drive him back quickly. He's got some regen, he's got a set of tangos, he's got a Sal, but he's not going to be getting much out of this lane. Neither though is the Queen of Pain. And I feel for Mineski, if they ran the aggressive tri-lane, they could win that off lane fairly convincingly. Queen of Pain can destroy Tidehunter 1v1 if you get that matchup, and you expect the Tide will go off lane, which in fact is the case. And then the Puck versus Mag matchup is pretty even, so I'm not really a fan of how Mineski is laning this, but let's see. Maybe they have something up their sleeve that I haven't foreseen or that we haven't talked about yet. But for right now, there's a nice Observer Ward. Spotted this Queen of Pain movement toward the lane. Joven going to be forced to sit back, play defensively. Just lurking, not getting much out of the lane. They will get free farm on their Naga. That's the one nice thing. We're just going to see a Tidehunter jungling off the bat. Has taken Anchor Smash level 1. Really, you're better off just doing some stacking and some pulling. But for the moment, Kenryo is just going to be farming. It's very slow is the issue. Tidehunter can jungle quickly later on, but not at this point. Level 1 Anchor Smash is not that good. Camp's already despawned, or spawn time is already passed, rather, so there's no creeps there. Now we'll head into the jungle, to the next camp. Continue Anchor Smashing, but you can see it's a plodding pace for a Tidehunter. He's just going to work down that lowest HP, the Ogre Frost Mage. Meanwhile, top lane, they've rotated Keeper here. Okay, so they want to do dual lanes. And if that's the route, might actually work, because Keeper can kind of steal this farm. No, Oa's going back bottom. Oa doesn't really know where... He's very indecisive today, this Oa. I'll tell you. Don't date him. Because he may just wake up one day and say, I don't really like you anymore. Oh? Just trying to get a point of experience here. Joven's like, man, can I have something, please? Please, sir. I want some more. Well, I say more, but he hasn't gotten anything yet, so... Back to the jungle for Oa. Now he's just going to sit and farm the jungle, and this is the perfect way to jungle a Keeper. Oh, I can't draw a straight line, apparently. But basically, you can just eliminate both camps at once. If you time it really well, you can actually stack the big camp with Illuminate at the same time that you're killing the small camp. You can be really efficient if you do it that way. But you can also just stack this big camp and farm that small camp. So there's a lot of ways to do it. A lot of ways to basically maximize your jungling as the Keeper of the Light. But off the bat, Luna getting free farm, where I feel she really would have struggled against the tri-lane. Still nothing really. So now they're going to send him into the jungle. Not very efficient for Queen of Pain to be jungling. I mean, this is going to be slow as molasses. And they're blocking their pole camp. Oh no.
My lady of pain, I adore you.
Are you hitting on Queen of Pain? Gandalf is creeping. He's a lecherous one. In terms of gold, slight lead for Gizmo. In terms of experience, slight lead for them. Basically even. So a very slow passive start. Both teams just doing what they can to jungle. Tidehunter up to level 3. Just about. Not getting much out of the jungle. He's a slow one as well. This is so slow. This is so slow. Oh my god. Level 1 Queen of Pain at 4 minutes into the game. This will be a little bit better though, now that Illuminate's being channeled. Now she hits 2. Could get a point and scream. There you go. Not going to be in time to stack that small camp though, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Insidious C wants to go mid. He's not going to commit. Meanwhile, Kenryo just continuing to farm. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going to start pushing. 3 heroes grouped up there. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, the exact same thing's happening. No rid of Basilius though for this team on the... Neither team actually has one right now, so nobody's going to be pushing that quickly. They're both spamming everything they got, throwing it all at the tower, at the creeps. Bottom tower is going to fall first from the looks of things. It's dropping real low. And now, Joven looking to hold on to that top lane. But with the plus damage from Luna, it's going to be tough. There is a salve as well, so we could potentially see him salve up, stay around the tower. Illuminate being channeled. They're going in. If they get a disruption, that's bad. But Illuminate is here. Catches 3. That's a TPN from the Rubik into the middle of 3. Immediately it's a Lucent Beam. Where's the follow-up? It's only a level 2 Queen of Pain. Normally that's your bread and butter if you have, say, level 4 or 5. But that's level 2. You're just food. Now the Queen of Pain on the chase, on the hunt. Mags arrive. No RP yet. He's ganking at level 5. They're desperate for these kills. Finds the skewer. Impales the Shadow Demon. But Luna's having a whale of a time. Queen of Pain, Blink cooling down. 1 second, 1 second. Blinks away to the low ground, or rather not to the low ground, but over the tree line. But Insidious is waiting. Down will go. RP is there, but not going to be enough. Mineski, what are you doing?
Burns, doesn't it?
Oh, that was even without the puck being there. That was a really questionable fight. Queen of Pain's level 2. There's just nothing Joven can do. Whoops, just totally lost control of my microphone there. Accidentally smacked it with rage. I'm not... Guys, I think Mineski may be just slipping a little bit in this game 3, to be honest. Because that was some very odd decision-making, to say the least. I mean, even the lanes, I'm just... Well, now Joven's mid. He's dual laning mid now. They're going to send the mag top. Bimbo can handle this lane better. I agree about that. So they'll start to catch Joven up, but the issue is he needs backup. They can't leave Queen of Pain alone against the 7 Puck. Puck can just solo kill the Queen of Pain. With an orb, a coil, and a silence, down he'll go. But there is no backup here. Rubik has rotated bottom. She's not going yet, but here comes Sharp, rotating towards mid. Maybe gonna use that disruption to set up a silence, set up a dream coil. And on the top lane, Luna continues to get that farm. Drums now acquired for ZGL. Make himself a bit harder to kill. And they go mid. The coil on 2. The silence was there. Actually breaks the coil, but with the mag here, she's got that additional backup. In comes the tide. Gushes the mag. Chasing. Geo on the run. No lift for him. No way out. The orb flies through. He will go down, and they escape, so they get the collateral damage, the Rubik. And Joven's just standing here. What am I supposed to do? I'm not really sure. They're now pressuring top lane with the Luna. Yanni has hit level 7. He's been getting a lot of the farm for this team, but he's still quite a bit behind this Luna thanks to that tier 1, as well as the kills going his way. Still, he's getting some farm. A hero that isn't going to out-carry a Luna late game, but can offer a lot in the team fights. Insidious C chomps in, wants to go on Bimbo, has the silence, the poison as well. Soul Catcher won't catch him. Now Bimbo skewers Insidious C back into the tower, gets a big kill. That was important. This Puck was having a whale of a time. It was up to like 1,500 gold. Blink Dagger was coming soon. That'll delay it. Well played by Bimbo, keeping his team's hopes alive in this game. And now Joven's bottom. He's been all around the world, hasn't he? Meanwhile, top lane. They're going in. They have Eclipse. Yanni has the ult, though. Can always sweep his way out here unless the stun is there. But Gio's waiting. He'll be okay. If they can't fully burst Yanni down, he should be able to run away. Nice play by Bimbo there. They really needed that. They really needed that. And now they're actually going to end up making the lane swap that I was hoping they would just run from the start. So they're going to run the tri-lane top, the Queen of Pain bottom. Imagine if they had done this from level 1. I mean, what is Tide going to do here? Look at him now, even after he's got some farm. If there's Shadow Strike, he's taking so much additional damage and harass. I don't know if this tri-lane works now, though, because Luna is fat. She's got Eclipse, and she's big. And they're coming in with the smoke. Gizmo thinks they can take this fight. There is a Naga song. She could sleep and just get them out of here, but she gets disrupted to start. They actually throw the Lina towards the Naga, who pops the ult in the nick of time, and will just run. They're just going to hoof it out. If something delivered, that's a vitality booster. They dodged the bullet. That was almost bad. Gio was like trying to help the Lina land her stun. Throws her into the into Yanni, into that Naga Siren, but in the end, they do barely escape with their lives.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nice skewer. Oh, Bimbo. Baits that coil out. Well played, sir. Well played. And now he's just going to retreat. Throws an additional shockwave in. There's no demonic purge yet, but additional orb. Some poison being spammed. Oh no, he got greedy with that shockwave. He could have just run up the hill. He would have been absolutely fine, but he tried to throw out that additional nuke. Just wanted to do some more damage. Lina has Light Strike Array, or rather Laguna. Oh Jesus. Ooh, indeed. Ooh, that one's gonna hurt. And now Joven, dissatisfied with the lane bottom, is heading back towards top. Make up your mind, Joven. Oh, he might find a kill here, though. Ooh, he's a bit low. There's an Invis rune. There's an Invis rune. No, he blinks up the cliff. Into 2. Into a Light Strike Array. And Joven's probably gonna die here. He's low. He throws out the ult. He gets one. Can he get two? He gets two with the scream. Oh, if he had that invis, he probably could have gotten the two and lived. Oh, man. Still, gets the double into the end for his team. Mineski clawing their way back into this. Bimbo has RP. Ravage will fly. They have the silence, but he can't. Oh, he can't get it off. Great RP, but also a really nice disruption of the team fight. Gio's not 6. In comes the skewer. Catches 2 with the RP. Mineski strikes back with a vengeance. They're going to get some more kills here. Tidehunter probably going to die as well. The illusion's chasing one way. The hero the other. Yanni's got him cornered. Needs 2 auto attacks. Won't find them. Now the Rubik falls. The trade is there. Lights Laguna Blade's off cooldown. Yanni needs to run. He will do so. The thing, though, is they're fighting without the Luna. Gizmo is fighting 4v5. They've been doing it for the past 8 minutes or so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now Jay heads towards the bottom side of the map. He's getting that Blink Dagger fairly soon. He's had some big RPs.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If he gets the Blink and they have Song of the Siren, that's some good setup. He doesn't have Song now, though. This might be an opportunity. With the coil, but remember that Vitality Booster could be enough to save him. With Laguna Blade, he will fall. And Laguna Blade is used. It's got that 70-second cooldown. So freaking strong. At the very least, Oa can stop this push. He's going to wait until the creep wave's here. Now it's here. Now he channels. Push over. Or mostly over, anyway. Double damage at the bottom lane. Jay wants it. Uh-oh. He might have to skewer up.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And meanwhile...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I actually have no idea where that courier died. I think it was like right around here, but didn't see the corpse. So the Radiant lose their courier. No idea what was on it, to be totally honest. We'll find out. Nope, looks like nothing was on it. Just died, though. Yanni gets caught mid lane. Has the Song of the Siren. Could maybe turn this around. Pops the Song. Oh, that means the Illuminate will miss, unfortunately. Because now they have the backup. The Queen of Pain's here. The RP is not, though. Jay's still at the bottom side of the map. Laguna is thrown out. Stolen by Gio. Not enough, though. Or, sorry, not stolen by Gio, but used on Yanni. Or, no, it was stolen. It was stolen, then he stole something else. That's why. Yeah, there you go. That'll do it. Jay still trying to farm that Blink. He's really close. 15 gold away, basically. So he'll have it now. Now it looks like Yanni's going back for a Diffusal Blade. Going for that mid-game damage item. It's strong against a hero like Puck. Against a lot of these backline supports. The problem, though, is Shadow Demon is on the enemy team. So he can make some Diffusal Naga illusions of his own. They're smoked up. They're going to fight top. They know they have this Blink Dagger. They know they have the Song of the Siren RP combo. They're going to pick the Blink up now. Can they find the right fight? They park Joven mid. He's catching up in farm now. He's starting to become more of an impact hero in this game. He was all around the world, but now he's settled towards mid. Now he's coming top, actually. So he's not settled on a lane, but he is finding some space, finding some opportunities here in the mid game to catch on up, to get back into the game. Stop. Blinking. Uh-oh. Leaves Yanni to the wolves, and with the illusions, he just barely lives, but then eats the Dragon Slave. Down will go. ZGL will fall. Queen of Pain ult not being actually used just yet. Rubik gets caught. Can't RP. He will die. Or can't steal Ravage, rather. He will die. But Queen of Pain lurking with the ult. Maybe can go back in on the Lina. Not just yet. Puck jumps in. That's a lot of damage. Jay's gonna fall. He jumped on the Shadow Demon over here, unfortunately, right as the Eclipse went off. So it really hurt his team. Just unfortunate. They didn't realize the Luna was here. She was right behind the trees. And just an unfortunate sequence of events. All of a sudden, a bigger and bigger lead for Gizmo. Mineski, that was a huge opening for them. They just showed their Blink Dagger. They revealed their hand.
Dire's top tower is under
Oh, man. Those allergies. Sorry about that, guys. On the bottom lane, Queen of Pain. Joven just trying to find some additional farm. Luna's getting close to a BKB. She's got the Mithril Hammer up. Closer and closer, I should say. There are still ways to deal with this in terms of lockdown. The question will be if there's ways to deal with her in terms of damage, because the damage is lacking. Courier now picks up the Quarterstaff and the Robe of the Magi for Joven, so he'll have that soon. There wasn't a stash before, so now he's going to have his first Oblivion Staff. Still anybody's game, it feels, but Gizmo has that dire advantage, and something they could look to do soon is go for Roche. Even with limited map control, the issue is when Song and RP are online, you really don't want to get caught in the pit, so I don't think they'll go for it yet, but if they win, say if they win a fight, if they get a couple of pickoffs, maybe get the big ward advantage with something like a gem, then they could go. But right now, it's really not possible with Illuminate with RP, with the Sonic Wave Scream combo. Mineski has a pretty strong late-game lineup, though. They have two of the strongest late-game supports. Even though this Luna is fat, I feel they do have some ways to deal with her. And the Orca could be big on Joven. That's a way to deal with the Tidehunter. That's a way to really deal with the Puck. He'll have it eventually. They group up. They head towards mid. Kenryo building that mech. We saw his Ravage last fight be pretty effective. Also, remember, he caught Geo. If Geo's able to somehow steal that Ravage, then the fight can go differently. Skewer from the backside! Hello, Bimbo! Goodbye, Gizmo! 2 heroes dead. 3 should fall. Maybe not. Maybe ZGL can just turn it around. Joven comes in. He's looking to clean up. Puck is bought back. That's 4 dead. That's a double buyback. They really want this fight. Will there be a Queen of Pain buyback? No money, or she would be. That was a lot of gold expend. Bimbo with the incredible backstab, just carrying his team so hard right now. Song's gonna catch 2. They can look for a skewer. Jay lines him up. Now he's gonna knock him down. Maybe, or maybe not. Actually, no skewer just yet. Now just waddling around, looking for a shockwave. Ooh, is gonna fall. No, he's not. Laguna, the dead Magnus corpse, continues giving chase. What a great fight for Mineski, but all of a sudden, it's going so poorly. He could have just skewered. Oh, no. What a turn of events. Back and forth. Gizmo actually coming out ahead, it looks like, in terms of gold after that. Even though they bought back on the Lina and the Puck and the Shadow Demon. That was a triple buyback. And they lost like 4 or 5 heroes, but they're coming out ahead in gold somehow. Maybe there's a kill streak that they ended. Illuminate being channeled. Trying to defend this push after the chaotic team fight. Man, that was a nice initiation. Well, that really did work. And in spite of the fight going okay for Gizmo in the end, here's the thing. They didn't get a tower off of that. They're not really securing map control, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Mineski has Keeper of the Light, and because they have him, you can't just push after you win a fight. You have to kill the Keeper, or he'll just stop your push until you get the pipe and the mech. Even a mech isn't really enough. Blink it again, looking for the skewer. Shockwave to start. Will we see that disruption? Oh, the skewer's gonna miss again. He's got RP though. Sharp is just completely caught out. RP actually even thought about casting it. I guess he was messing around, but that's a big spell to mess around with when your opponents have vision as well. So meanwhile, while that's happening, the tier 1 beat Siege mid. Yanni has the Psalm soon. Diffusal Blade almost ready. Puck jumps in, wants to go here on Joven. There will be a net after the silence wears off, not being used just yet. The coil gets broken. Laguna is here. Lina finds one. RP only finds the Lina. Not a great RP that time. But it's enough. Looks like the tower will drop. They still have Ravage. Mineski should not force the issue after this. They will back off, it looks like. Sloppy game. I think that's fair to say. I love Mineski. I love Gizmo. But a sloppy game to say the least. These two teams, I think they'd both agree, not really playing in top form, but making it entertaining for us for sure. Some big plays, some big fails. Welcome to Dota. So after all of these back and forth fights, it's only a 5k gold lead, and you look at it 28k to about 33k or so. That's a pretty small gold lead, all things considered. And now they're looking to go on mid. Sharp needs to back. The stand-in's about to get caught. And if he gets netted, yeah, he's dead. Now with the illusions coming out. The ult is here if they need it, but they don't. Diffusal Blade up on the Naga. Charge number 1 used. Quite an easy kill claim. I don't think they'll look to push off of this, although Jay's heading mid. Maybe they want to. But they're a team that is really going to benefit from split pushing, because they have the much better split push lineup. More mobility, more AoE equals better split push. It's a recipe for success. Now the Orchid comes out, though. That, like I said, this can really change the game. It's not going to help you against Luna if she uses her BKB properly and, you know, doesn't blow it before the Orchid's used really early in the fight, but it'll be great against Tide. You can just Orchid him and then ignore him. Sure, he's got Kraken Shell, just don't attack him. Same thing for the Puck, except you don't have to ignore her. You could just kill her. So this item, game-changing, if used properly. We saw Joven make great use of it yesterday. I think it was on Puck, actually, that he went for it. Let's see what he can do today.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
Oh no, mid lane. Luna jumps in with a head full of steam. Has the Manta. There's no Psalm because the Eclipse will still fly through it all. But was it stolen by Geo? No, he only stole the Lucent Beam in the end. Insidious C is low. He'll die. Joven gets the pick off. And now in comes potentially the RP. Skewer's in. No mana for RP. Oh, Jay. Oh no, he needs mana. Give him the mana, Oa. Give him the mana, Oa. Oh no, he gives someone else the mana. Jay still doesn't have it. Now he's got it. It's okay though. Dodges the bullet, I guess, but that could have been bad. What was going on there? ZGL just running into 5 heroes in a creep wave. Oh man, he thought he was. I mean, he had Manta BKB. He's strong, but he's not that strong yet. And they have ways to kite him. They can definitely kite this Luna. You know, it's like I said, is she had a great start, but they need to capitalize on it. And that's basically, that was the story of the game around the 10-15 minute mark. 4 staff now up on Jay. As it goes later and later, it also switches into sort of Mineski's comfort zone as a team. This is a team that likes to split push, that likes to use their individual skill to win engagements.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And having this kind of a lineup that benefits from this sort of chaotic game, not only in heroes, but also in terms of player personality and style, well, it's getting to that point. The fights are getting chaotic, they're getting drawn out. Why are you always laughing, lady? What's so funny? They could look to go here. The silence on Insidious C, skewered away, dead. No chance. Even the Laguna thrown out. But now Mag jumps back in. Jay says, oh hey, I've got a Blink and a 4-staff. In comes the Luna. No Eclipse though, but does have the BKB and the Manta and the drums. Not using the Manta yet. Takes a lot of damage first. Now the Psalm. Are they going in? They could channel Illuminate. They could throw a Shockwave. No Illuminate being channeled. Oh, sorry, actually it was. Using Spirit Form. Didn't see that. And, well, drives them back. But they might go around. They have Eclipse soon. 18 seconds. Nice blink away by Jay in the nick of time. Just dodging an auto attack, a Lucent Beam. Now 4-staffing away. As long as he's alive in the back lines, he may be able to blink skewer his team to safety. Geo just turns around. Man's up against Tide. Still no Ravage in this fight. We haven't seen a Ravage in quite a while. Wow. That Rubik. Play with the beast. You might get burnt. Jay, another miss skewer. He has been hot and cold, has he not? Now in comes Joven. Stunned. Blinks into the stun. Then says, I'm going to make sure you die. I'm going to take you with me at least. Eclipse is channeled. Clips 1. That's it, though. This Luna kind of scratching her head like that looked like a great ult, but then everybody suddenly has blink, has mobility, and runs away. Insidious C on the hunt. He's got his ultimate. Nothing for him to find. He had that early blink. He's had nothing since. Completely halted his item progression. Lena is 9-4-5. Skewer in. There is no RP. Just wants to shockwave this one. Actually, with Empower, auto attacks, and the 4-staff, he may be able to find a solo kill, but he doesn't want to risk it. And wise that he doesn't, as the cavalry, the backup, is on its way. Good defensive blink away. Just continue to stall the lanes, hold the game out. This poor Tide just didn't have a chance. I can't get over that. Geo just is like, pew pew! Zaps him in the face. Down he goes. Kraken Shell ain't gonna save you there. That's for damn sure. So now they go back to farming, and still it's a lead for Gizmo, but it really doesn't feel like they have any momentum at this point. The thing is, like, how do you push into Mineski's team? They have the better split push, and they have the better team fight. So you can't really fight them 5v5 if they don't want to. And even if they do want to, well, they're probably right to want to, as Jay's gonna jump in with the RP. BKB was used, though. Because of that, ZGL will be able to live. Something was stolen. It's only... oh, it was Eclipse. It was Eclipse. He never used a Lucent Beam since his last Eclipse. Wow, you don't see that very often. Well, now their team fight really is a lot better. I wonder if ZGL even realizes. Does he know what he's done? Does he know the pain he's caused his team? They're not backing. Even with the RP on cooldown, they're very confident. I'm really surprised Gizmo is still in the lead. It doesn't feel like it. I guess the supports of Mineski are really quite poor. Yeah, just nothing on their supports to speak of.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But they're pushing with no RP. They're so confident in their team fight that they're just taking the fight to Gizmo when Gizmo doesn't have to worry about the biggest team fight ult that Mineski has. That shows you the strength of this lineup. And now they have a big item for Geo. Blink Dagger's up on him. That's going to make Ravage easier to steal. It's going to make Eclipse easier to steal. And a Haste Room bottled up. Jay's going to claim that. Back to the jungle goes the Luna, farming some ancient. ZGL's looking for items. If he gets big enough, Naga illusions are fairly useless against Luna. It's not like Phantom Lancer, where Phantom Lancer has so many illusions that he keeps on spawning more of them. Like, you have a set number, so you can actually deal with the illusion army with glaive bounces. But the problem is, the BKB is already down to 7 seconds. Oh, and they're gonna go in again. Blink RP. Once again, he gets that BKB off. And they're just, Jay's scratching his head. What do I do? I guess I run. They need a Hex. They need a Hex. Or they need to not try to start the fights like that. That's the other option. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, big fight breaks out. Ravage is here. Remember, there's no RP. Instantly, they blow up the Rubik, so no Eclipse for him. 2 heroes dead in a matter of seconds from 100 to 0. Just like that. Jay, nope, no TP. Needs to run now. Blink and Force Staff. Where's he going? Oh, he's being recalled. Nicely done. But that was pretty big. They lost the stolen Eclipse, and they also lost the Queen of Pain, Joven, who's been farming well. Still, after one fight, they can't go Roche, they can't go push, because they're up against Keeper, they're up against Mag, they're up against these amazing split pushers, and even the Naga. Yanni's going back for Radiance almost 30 minutes into the game. Triple Blink now up on Gizmo. Lena's got one as well. There's an RP soon. 20 seconds. Maybe they'll look to fight this. Jay is just on the hunt. He's got the scent. On the courier. What is it doing over here in the trees? It gets picked off. Oa trying to run. Not going to be able to. He needs a Ghost Scepter or something like that. Blink and RP. That's not going to be enough, though. Geo gets trapped. He's only stolen a Lucent Beam. And now, with no RP, I don't know if they can fight anymore. Big Eclipse. The net comes in, but it's late. And then Yanni tanks a huge amount of Eclipse damage. Now the Song of the Siren will kick in as that BKB wears off. But they can't bring him down. I don't think they can. He hasn't even used his BKB yet. He's just tanking through it all. Or not his... Sorry, he has used his BKB. But doesn't matter. I clicked on the illusion, I got confused. That's bad. I mean, they've had so many good fights, but it's been Bimbo, just such a strong start, and just keeps on dropping RP on one hero, either a BKB'd Luna or a support. You can't do that at this point in the game. The team needs you to be hitting multiple heroes. You gotta crush the backlines in a matter of seconds. Not try and solo kill, not try and blow an RP to save your Keeper of the Light. Just cut your losses and run. Unfortunate fight for Mineski, but one they really could have avoided. And now they're giving up a Roche for that. Joven will retreat back towards the bottom lane. He's building towards the BKB. He's going to have it soon. If they can get enough BKBs online, they'll be able to somewhat deal with the Eclipse. And like this, we're going to see an additional BKB coming out for the mag. So that Eclipse damage will be less significant. The Laguna Blade won't be there to instantly assassinate heroes. It gets harder now, though, for Mineski. If you let this Luna get to your base, and she's got an Aegis Satanic Manta, basically the tankiest build you can go for, with a BKB and drums as well, you can just start wailing away on the Rex, and it's going to be hard for the supports. Like, this Rubik is going to have trouble finding a place to stand where he can actually blink in. Over to the sides, perhaps, but once the tower falls, the glaives just bounce all the way through here. It creates this death trap for any hero that's remotely near the towers. Or the Rex, the exposed Rex, I should say. Who's gonna win, guys? It's a best out of 3. This is the deciding game number 3. It's Gizmo versus Mineski. Your Malaysian representative versus your Filipino one. It's coming down to the wire now. It still feels like anybody's game, even though Gizmo had that big team fight. It's hard to push into Mineski. They've got strong late game. They should have the Radiance now. Indeed they do. They could split push. They can draw this game out. The question is, when it's 5 Lunas bearing down on your base, can you actually fight anymore? Because it will be 5. They have Shadow Demon. And now they're smoked up again. They're going to look to go. Will they find an opening? Will Mineski get caught out again? Or will they spot this one coming? Yule Scepter up on Insidious. He's finally gotten that next item, but still not farming very well. Blink Dagger and Ken Rio, so they have a... We'll probably see Ravage this time around. Oh, Geo. Geo. Oh, boy. Juking. Fogging. But in a lot of trouble. Throws the Luna back. Okay, they're not going to commit. The smoke is revealed. They just barrel down the middle lane, thinking that she was going to go, but she doesn't in the end. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon almost dying there. Didn't actually catch how he dropped low. There was nobody near him. Sharp will TP away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The BKB coming soon for Bimbo. It's hard to say. I don't know if Mineski even wants to take this late. When they had the advantage and they were out split pushing, that's when I was saying they could take it late. But when you lose this many fights in a row and Luna gets this fat, then you get to a point where Luna's going to have a Butterfly Satanic and all the other items you already see. And your Naga's not going to touch her anymore. They don't have a Hex either. So it's actually a situation where Gizmo maybe will just brute force the base with those Luna illusions, as well as the additional Shadow Demon copies that they can create. One of those weird games where one team has the late game advantage, but only if the game proceeds a certain way. And if it doesn't, then it's the other team who does. Mineski had that opportunity. They had the situation they needed to secure the advantage, but it's now starting to slip away. BKB, not up yet. The recipe has been purchased. No buyback on the mag. Jay is deciding he wants to call in, and I'm actually looking at net worth now. I've had the graph up. Haven't really been paying attention to it, but that's a scary sight. This Luna is almost worth as much as the Queen of Pain and the Naga. And it used to be the case that they were dead even. That's how many fights Mineski have lost in a row. That's how far behind they are. After basically being ahead. Or being very close to it. ZGL, top lane. Gonna get RP'd. Remember, he's got Aegis. Do they really want to blow everything on him now? A short range skewer. Now the blink in. The Ravage won't catch Jay because he just finished his BKB, but it will hit some of the backline supports. The Naga dies in a matter of seconds. And now ZGL on the chase. Geo on the run. Geo gets picked off. Laguna Blade delivered there. Brings the Naga to half. Pops the Song of the Siren. Buyback from Yanni to do this, but it doesn't accomplish a damn thing. And now they're all on the run. This is trouble. This is Gizmo just overwhelming Mineski. Mineski making too many mistakes, fight after fight. And then trying to RP, again, a one-hero RP, and this time on the Luna with an Aegis, who didn't even lose that Aegis. I mean, if you don't kill her, she's just going to Satanic BKB and be back to full health. Not the right target, not the right initiation, just impatience. Jay's trying to do his best to stall now. He's heading for the hills. He's force staffing. He's scary. He's trying to push that mid lane out to draw them back from top. And it looks like he will be able to do so for a moment. But the net's circling around. Kenrio's got a blink gush. He can disable that blink. Jay won't be able to run so easy. Jay might die. He's got Skewer, but not for 7 seconds. He doesn't have 4-step for 5. He's got BKB in 3. He's surrounded. He's dropping quick. Now the Lucid Beam. Jay is going to die. Oh, no. Not again. He was just trying to push the lane out, trying to draw them back from top so they'd go defend. But when you do something like that, you don't want to give up a kill. You just want to do it and get out. And now, Mineski, the self-destruction continues. Geo gets picked off. I feel like they're probably arguing right now because they don't seem very focused. Everybody just kind of doing their own thing, trying to force the issue by themselves. And Gizmo, like a well-oiled machine, all working in unison, all playing together. It's funny because they're the ones with 2 stand-ins, but they feel a lot more coordinated. Whereas Mineski, they've had some awesome individual play, but the teamwork just hasn't quite been there. This is a team game, guys. Haven't you seen Shitty Digest? I certainly have. We've seen it like 50 times. And if you watch my stream a lot, you've probably seen it 50 times as well.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
For anyone just tuning in, you're continuing to watch the G1 League SEA qualifiers. I want to mention very briefly that, well, besides the G1 League, we have other stuff going on right now over on our other stream, Beyond the Summit 2, which is twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. That's the number 2, not the word. We have Gods and Luminous, who are currently casting the GMPGL Malaysia qualifiers. The grand finals of that, between Orange and MUFC, I believe, just got underway a little bit earlier today. That'll continue on through the night. After that, they're going to be moving on to cast the GEST Challenge featuring Orange, MUFC, as well as Vici Gaming and LGD International. It's going to be day 2. I think today teams start getting eliminated. And by the time today's done, I believe it's down to 3 teams. So 1 team goes home. That'll be whoever loses bracket round 1, if I am correct, which I believe I am. Maybe 2 teams even go home. We'll see, though. But either way, should be an interesting matchup. I hope you guys will tune in for that. And if you want to stick around with me, we'll have more G1 League action. Then later today, the We Play League will kick off with day number 2 of action. Group A will play. The format, as I've talked about, I really love it. Basically, by the time the day is done, you go from having 4 teams in a group to 2. You decide each group in 1 day. It's nice for the teams as far as scheduling goes because they only have to commit to a 1-day engagement. And it's also really nice for the fans because you can tune in, watch 5 hours, and you know the result of something concrete, something distinct, which is group results. It's not just some random group stage match like a lot of the other Western tournaments, but it's GSL-style groups. So you start with 4, you end with 2. It's a much easier storyline to follow, and I personally love it. I loved it ever since the GSL switched to it, and I'm glad we were able to convince WePlay to go with it. So if you want to watch that, that'll be happening here. It won't be starting for like 3 or 4 hours at least. Actually, it might be more like 5. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's 5 hours, maybe 4. Yeah, 5 hours. So there will be a lot more G1 before that. But then that'll go on. That'll be 5 best of ones. We have probably 1 or 2 more series of G1 League action coming up. As we see a smoke gank from Gizmo, trying to close the deal. Mineski still trying to stall the game out. They're really far behind, but the good news is Luna's almost out of item slots. Not the first time I've said it. It's not. Winter brings that up every time I cast with him, but it is kind of true. Like, this Luna can't really get any bigger. So, sure, she's going to buy back, but she's pretty much maxed with the butterfly she can buy now. And then you have multiple carries, whereas they really don't. Gizmo doesn't actually scale that well late game. They can build a sight device on Insidious C, maybe some other supports if they can ever farm them, but that's pretty much it. So if they can somehow draw the game out to like the 50-60 minute mark, Mineski will have a shot. But that's a long way to go. That is a very long way to go. And Gizmo says, we're going to end the game now. We have buyback on our Luna. We're going to push into the base. Glaive's just chopping away. The creep wave will die quickly. That blinding light will stall the push out. We're going to keep an eye on this Rubik. Yanni has not yet started a fight with his ultimate. I would like to see him do it. At least once this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to smoke heading towards the bottom lane. Past the creeps. Radiance is on, though. If Gizmo was paying attention, they saw this. You can disable your Radiance by clicking on it. But it is active, so if they were really watching the lane, they should know. I don't think they were, though. Maybe they were. They do see 5 off the map. Mineski's going to go into the pit. Roche is not up yet. Do they try to ninja this? Is that how Mineski tries to come back into the game? I don't know if they can do it, though. They don't have that much physical damage right now. And Naga has decent damage, but she's not good versus Roche, because illusions, all they can do is tank it if you move command them. They can't actually hit the Roche. Butterfly now up on the Luna. Buyback is still there for ZGL. He's got it. They're gonna go in. They catch him for once. He won't have that pesky BKB, and they're gonna burst him down. I believe I can fly. That Luna can fly. She flies up in the air. They bring her down. A big freaking win for Mineski. That's huge. Now she's bought back, but they're going to try to start the fight. Yanni has song. He needs to pop that song on the side. It won't save the Rubik, but it could save everyone else. The problem is he's silenced. Now he gets the song off. He'll TP away. Luna bought back to kill a Rubik. That's not enough. That's not a good trade for Gizmo. They're not going to be happy after that. But if they get this Roche, then it is. And they can go Roche. There's no RP. So in the end, I guess it will be a good trade for them. Going to clear the wave mid. Then going to go into the pit. Not a great trade. I mean, you're not happy to go from having 3.2k on Luna to like 1.5, but well, 1.8 after the kills, 1.5 before, but they'll get Roche now. Luna has room for an Aegis. If she ever decides to stop carrying the Aegis, she could get a Daedalus, but that's pretty much it. She's pretty much done farming. There's still a refresher that could be bought on Jay. In theory, Ty could build a refresher. He's still like a good 2.5k gold off that. More like 2k gold, not 2.5. Rubik could maybe get a Force Staff. As far as other items, Queen of Pain could get a lot bigger. There's a lot of room for Joven to grow up, to get big and strong. As for our Naga Siren, that being Yanni. Well, Heart's coming soon. This will help against Luna just to tank the Eclipse damage, really. The Glaives are going to kill the illusions quickly, though. They're not going to live very long. And at Gizmo, it looks like they might be going for a smoke gank soon. They have their Sight device on Puck, but it appears he may be saving for buyback. Luna now up to 27k net worth, but in terms of the overall carry farm, Mineski has started to equalize a bit. They're at 16k for the Naga, 13k for the Queen of Pain, no longer close to being doubled up. A solid 5k past that double up mark. Wait, no. A little bit less, because Luna just got a lot more far. Oh boy. 3.8, 3.6k. That's a fat Luna. They really need a Hex. They're slowly getting close to one on Joven here. Mineski's just kind of finagling around, keeping the lanes pushed in. Bimbo's got to be careful, though. Uh-oh, they want to go on him. They might just blink Ravage for that. No, they're going to back. Jay will TP away to safety. And constantly they keep the lanes pushed in. It's just an endless rotation, deploying heroes to the lanes, into the jungle. Just keep those lanes pushed. Don't commit to the fights. Stall the game, get your items. Then later on, much later on, then we'll fight. Probably like the 60-minute mark. I said 50, but that was a little ambitious. Will they be able to do so? Frantically, they try to push in top. Meanwhile, mid. Uh-oh. No coil for Jay. He could have blinked. Well, he couldn't have blinked, but he could Force Staff BKB'd, so I guess they didn't want to risk it. Now they're pushing in top. We'll see. Does Gizmo TP back? Do they just go for the fight here? They're recalling the Naga. She's not going to be top. They have that song. Here comes the big fight, guys. This could be it. But Mineski, they must fight now. If they don't, I don't think they're going to win this base race. Maybe they can, but it's only Naga Illusion's top, so it's not even a base race anymore. Quaitapate is TP'd home. They're going to back off. Smoke from Gizmo. Where are they going to wrap around to? Look at these wards by Mineski. Sentries everywhere. Up on the hills. They're painting. They know. They know. They could make... Can they punish this? That's the question. Can they punish this smoke? Luna's going to come right out, start clearing off those Naga illusions, which, as I mentioned, die quite quickly. Not long for this world. The tower's dropping. Illuminate being spammed. There's still Butterfly Satanic. There's still 5k. There's still Aegis. Yanni's going to throw a net just to make sure that she can't auto-attack the Rex for a few seconds longer. Nice stall job there. Puck's going to orb back. Now ZGL starting to go on the Rex. Blink in. RP on 2. Caught the backlines, but didn't catch the Luna, who goes to work with the ultimate. The Dream Coil deployed. There is a song. Pops it now. Can TP back. Can Manta out, or rather just gonna create those mirror images and run. But can they actually stop this push? That's the real question, and it looks like they can't. They use their RP. Luna still has the Aegis, still has the Butterfly Satanic, and is still gonna get your Rex. I don't know. This might be it. One lane of Rex. They haven't won yet, but it gets easier from here. Oh! Maybe it's not over for Bimbo. Oh, the skewer's too early. He wanted to catch two. Tidehunter says, thank you for the free blink dagger, my friend. Oh boy, they blow up one, but they need this Luna. BKB's cooling down. B just expired. Or rather, no, it was used once. Not expired, but it's gone now is what I mean to say. And ZGL, still tanking. Trying to win this man fight. He will go down, but he's got buyback. He can come right back. 7k net worth on him. Buyback available. They're going to barrel down mid. They don't have RP right now. Sight device up on the puck. No Ravage. Gizmo got one lane of Rex, but you need more to win this game. Mineski can clear the waves with ease. One lane isn't enough. It's just that it gets easier to push now that you have one. We'll at least see them, I imagine, try to force... They're not even going to push mid? You gotta at least push mid and force that Luna to buy back. Whether or not you commit to a fight, you must push mid now. There's no question about that. Nice light strike array, gonna quickly clear out those illusions, bring them pretty low. Illuminate clears the wave. They're not pushing enough. They're not forcing this Luna to buy back. They're worried about getting caught under the tower, but the problem is, if you don't force her to buy back, she's up to 7k. I mean, she's gonna buy a Daedalus, and then you're really never gonna kill her. Because if she has 5 HP, she's got full HP. That's pretty much how that Satanic works at this point. It's too late. It's only 30 seconds. I don't think they're even going to waste a buyback. Yanni comes in, deploys the mirror images, starts slicing away at the tower. There's no glyph yet. Thirst to let buyback, always to worry about. Might go in now. Laguna's there. Probably the buyback. Out comes the buyback. In the midst of the fight, it was a good RP. Something was stolen. What was it? Song of Siren deployed. Luna's looking for the kills on the back line of the fight. Not really finding them, though. The buyback for naught, so they get out scot-free. Mineski do force that buyback. They get away. They bring the tier 3 low. They're still in this game. They have the sight device up on the Queen of Pain. That was used in that fight. Was a big item to pick up. With this, they have a shot at killing Luna. Without it, no shot. Now they have a chance. They have a ray of hope in a sea of darkness. In fact, the graphs are tipping their way a bit. Although, here comes the big dive. They want to get Joven here. No BKB. He's got a sight of his own. He needs to sight this Queen of Pain, or rather this puck. Not doing so. Not able to, looks like. I saw him cast it, but there was no actual piglet. And now comes the potential death push bottom. Assault Cuirass for Luna. Not even going Daedalus, just going for the best item to break the base in terms of muscling the towers down. Because now they have that minus armor. You can't crit a tower, but you can do minus armor to it and bring it down quicker that way. Wave will die in 5-6 glaives. Now onto the tower. This is going to be it. The final stand for Mineski. They have Refresher up now. They've got the double RP. After those last few fights, he's finally acquired this. Can he use it? Can he find the opening? That's going to be the question. There's no glyph yet. The tower's dropping quickly. They got to stall this out for 20 seconds. Maybe you just use the Song as the Siren to initiate. Something that we haven't seen from Yanni yet this game. Something that you can do to set up a big RP. No net just yet. No net just yet. They got to go now. This is the time. There's the song. Starts it off with the sleep. Catches 3. BKB. RP number 1 was too early. It's too early. Doesn't get the Luna. Oh, no. And now ZGL is just going to ruin him. Jay gets 2 on the back lines, but he doesn't get the Luna. It was too early, guys. Just a second too early. And then he just walked away. He just said, forget it. I'm getting these supports, and that's it. With that, well, they might defend. But I don't... maybe it's not it. They get 2 lanes of Rex, but maybe they could go base race after this. Wow, Luna doesn't have buyback. It's 90 seconds to push out. It's going to be hard, though. They don't have either RP. Rubik, nothing big on him. They have to go win now. If they don't win now, then it's going to be impossible. Because then Luna's going to come back with buyback. I mean, she's pretty much got the money. She just needs the cooldown. And she's going to have that big inventory. And also 2 lanes pushing instead of 1. One person needs to defend bottom. Probably the Rubik will be fine. And then the rest of the team barreled down mid. The issue is Glyph's back up for Gizmo. That's going to give them an extra few seconds here. Ravage still cooling down. Not going to be up for a while. I'm actually not sure if that RP was too early or if it was dodged by the Manta style. It gives you like a split second of invulnerability when you use it. Something I'd have to watch the replay to be sure about, but either way, They get the kill on Insidious C, who will buy back immediately. They've started to break the base. Luna, 40 seconds until she respawns. There is still a glyph, not been used yet. Purge and Hex, bringing the Queen of Pain low, dropping her down. She is dead. Joven hits the deck. Bimbo's looking around, trying to find that RP. They net up the Lina. They can't waste too much time on these heroes unless they're going to get 4 or 5 kills. They've got to find everyone. Shadow Demon, no buyback on him. He's already used it. They get a few, but now the RP. They find that Tide. No Ravage for him. Can they bring him down? Kenrio's low. He's still alive. Now onto Insidious C, who's not dead yet. Skewer, but phase shifts mid-skewer somehow, someway. Still alive. Now the Luna's going to respawn. The Tide's going to buy back. Gizmo have defended. They haven't lost their Rex. Now they're alive with their full arsenal of heroes. Aside from the Lina, who doesn't really count. Despite all her kills, not a core hero at this point in the game. Jay's on the run. He'll have double RP if he can get out alive in time for the next fight by the time they get to the base, but then they're looking at 2 lanes pushing in. And it doesn't get back, that's the question. Here comes the additional orb. 4 staff away. Where's that Benny Hill music? Meanwhile, ZGL has respawned. Boots of travels in top and just starts going to work on the tower. That will just temporarily delay the push, that blinding light, but it's not going to be enough. Tower will fall quickly. There is no RP unless he uses that refresh orb. He's got it in 2 seconds time, but this is going to be 3 lanes of Rex, and with it, I think Gizmo have finally broken the base. They've finally done it. Mineski have put up a good fight here. Now the Luna clips, and the Satanic Jay is just scratching his head. What do I do against this big, fat, angry cat? The El Gato of Dota players. ZGL, this Luna. It's gonna be Hex, still has the butterfly. Has buyback in 2 seconds time, has the money for it. GG. Gizmo, offensive GG, Mineski. Mineski, no response from them yet. We'll see if they're pleased. If they're happy enough to even say GG. It doesn't seem like it. The G1 road is gonna end here for them. That's 3 lanes of Rex down. And with buyback and Luna, there's just no way to actually push out. Ravage was cast, didn't do a whole lot in that fight. Dream Coil is there as well. RP is there, kills off the Luna, who just immediately buys back. RP number 2 is not available yet. Was rearmed, but then was silenced for a second. Now gets it off. Not rearmed, but refreshed. But Luna returns, and Luna can end the game now. They don't have the damage, I don't think. Maybe if she dies here, maybe they can do some sort of weird base race. But yeah, it's pretty much looking like it's over. Gizmo looking like they're going to take this series. And with that, they will advance into the Phase 2 of the G1 League. I think it's Season 5. But into the G1 League. That's what matters. Brought to you by Beyond the Summit, of course. Made possible by 17173.com. Now they're down to Megas. It's only getting harder and harder for Mineski to fight. But they're fighting on to the bitter end. Like any good Pinoy would. Man the decks! Go to the battlements, men. We must fight. But there's just endless hordes. It reminds me of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings. There's just like an endless swarm of goblins and trolls and all sorts of nasty creatures just bearing down on you. You can try and fight them off for as long as you like, but eventually they will overwhelm you. They will destroy you. They will defeat you. Roshan, he just snatched by... actually snatched, and now it's just a clowny little play from Joven. Picks off that Aegis in the midst of the fight. Well, I was actually checking XSplit to make sure the stream was still working. Now he's on the way out. But even though he steals the Aegis, what can they actually do with this? They don't need an Aegis. They need basically an anti-mage with 6 slots to push these lanes out. Or a PL. That's what they need.
My thanks.
Slowly but surely, the armies of Mordor descend upon the Mineski base. They fight on. Are we really 54 minutes in? It feels like longer, actually. There's been a lot of kills. I don't know why. It just feels like a really, really long game. 79 kills in 55 minutes. Pretty strong, action-packed game overall. It's annoying. It's annoying to push against Mineski. They can stall the game for quite some time. It's just buy whatever you can now. That's why Yanni's gone for this Vlad's gone for this Yasha. Get some plus armor for the creeps. Get some additional damage for your illusions. Do whatever you can. Because they're coming for your throne, and you don't have glyph. You better buy back on everyone. Nobody is buyback. Just the shadow, the puck, the shadow demon. That's gonna be it. Here comes that puck.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Orbing in towards the tracks. They're going to slowly chip away at it from multiple directions. There's your RP. Catches out CGL, who doesn't have buyback. Oh, he might die here, actually. Oh, no. Ravage is there. Now Satanic is there. Now the Eclipse is there. ZGL's back to full HP. Ravage number 2. That's delivered as well. RP number 2. Mineski called the GG. Their base is burning. They are absolutely outmanned, overwhelmed, and now will fall. All dead. They all go down with the ship, but that ship will go down, and Mineski is gone. They are defeated. The Pinoy Hope, the fan favorite, they just couldn't do it in the end. Gizmo just outplayed them in a few of the engagements. Some better team decision-making. The teamwork not really there when it was all said and done for Mineski, despite having their full 5 and Gizmo having 2 stand-ins. Guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been a blast to cast, a blast I hope for you guys to watch. And we're not done yet. We have more G1 League action coming up. Then we have the We Play Dota 2 League featuring Na'Vi, ESN Plus 4, and other teams later today. So stay tuned for more action. I, of course, am LD, and as always, if you enjoy my casting, be sure to follow me. Twitter.com/LDDota, Facebook.com/LDDota. With that being said, make sure to watch the stream on the G1 League website, g1.2p.com. It helps the organizers. It helps be on the summit. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned. Hopefully more action for the G1 League qualifiers right after this.